So when talking about the Mustang GT, we all know it's no secret. I've definitely had my fair share over the last 7 years here on YouTube, and I actually took a quick second and wrote down all the Mustangs I have owned, and it comes out to be 7. So 1 Mustang per year doesn't seem too bad. And, oh, wait a minute. Look at Yellow Croc, Beardless Brandon. With the 7 Mustangs I've had on the channel, there's about 2 to 3 of them that have really stood out to me, and we're going to be focusing on one of those today. Oh, and did I mention I'm completely broke because I spent $137,000. Well, guys, we came here to pick up a Mustang, and we're here to get my absolute dream car. Here she is. She's back.
Same way.
Wow. All right, calm it down, don't get your panties in a bunch, but for those of you that don't know, this is Blue 2 Valve. This was my first Mustang, a 1999 Mustang GT, and this is essentially what started the channel, DerekBaranProductions. This was the first build, and in this video, we actually bought it back because I sold it the first time, and that was to acquire this bad boy. Wait for it, oh, yes, there we go. This is Lucifer, my 2013 Mustang GT, and when we arrived, this car was immaculate. It had 11,000 miles on it. It was a premium, and, you know, we still have this car to this day, and I don't think this car will leave my possession, and I know I've said that before. We're going to talk about that. But truthfully, though, I love this car so much, and it has come such a long way. Sorry to interrupt, but for everybody watching this video right now, you got to do me the biggest favor ever. If you could go ahead, hit the subscribe button with the bell notification icon, drop a comment down below, let me know if you like this type of video, and most importantly, guys, let's go ahead and hit our goal of 2,000 likes on this video. I know you're more than capable of making it happen, and I will make more content happen. So if you would, bang, 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 let's go. Off a whim, my father and I decided that we were going to go 50-50 on a little project car, and that's where we picked up our 1982 Fox Body Mustang GT, also known as Project Fox, and this car lived on the channel for about a year and a half, and if I'm being honest, it didn't really get much done as I was more focused on my 2013 Mustang Lucifer. So this kind of sat on the back burner, and that was until I searched Facebook Marketplace and I stumbled across this absolute gem. Holy moly, ravioli, slap my ass and call me Tony. This is where our 1988 Fox Body Mustang GT, aka Black Tar, shout out Demi Lovato. This thing was absolutely amazing because I ended up picking up this car for just $8,500. I want to say it had 85,000 miles on it, which was pretty ironic. I remember this guy that sold it to me, he was just getting blown up with people, and I was sitting on the shitter, believe it or not, and I just searched Facebook Marketplace like a religious person. This popped up, and it legit said, posted 13 minutes ago. I couldn't believe my eyes. Literally went there that day. Bang! Bada boom! Caught that bitch and made some room. This thing came home with me. Here we have my friend Jordan Ames. As you can tell, he is, well, currently getting off work at Chevy. And, you know, I kind of convinced him to make a horrible financial decision. As you can see from his facial expression here, he's like, why am I here? I really don't want to be here. Jesus, I'm just trying to save money. And I have this idiot moron beside me trying to convince me that this is a great idea because we're going to go big and become millionaires buying another Mustang. We came across another Fox Body, 1986, on Marketplace.
You wrapped me into this.
Dude, you agreed to it. I was like, go half with me. He's like, all right. Yeah, the cams sold us. And we bought it. We ended up getting this 1986 Fox Body for $7,000. And at the time, we were kind of happy with it. I don't want to say we were like super stoked because the initial plan was to kind of like fix it up and flip it. You know, the cams and stuff, it sounded sick, full exhaust, but it was an auto and it definitely needed some work and a lot of TLC. And we began that process for, I don't know, maybe 2 months, and then just kind of fell off because, you know, him and I were just into the newer Mustangs that we had. And pretty much same story all over again with the 1982 Fox Body. And if anybody is interested in redoing a car, full restoration, get your wallet ready because I didn't realize how expensive it can get, which was kind of a turnoff, but we should have known. Decided to kick this 4-eyed to the curb, let it sit there and rot for the past 2 years, and I had my 88 to flex on these haters with. So all in all, it was a win. When it comes to this next vehicle, I need you guys to prepare yourself, not only physically, but mentally. Physically, as in strap yourself down. Mentally, as in, I don't know, drink a bottle of water. This next vehicle was not only a very expensive garage ornament, but it was the only Mustang that's
accepted in the Mustang society. If you have this Mustang, you're a loser. Without this Mustang, you won't be shit. No money, no girls, no friends, no family, nothing. With this Mustang, you will be part of the elite organization known as
what we got under the t-shirt. Oh yeah.
All right. Let me reel it back in before your blood pressure goes through the fucking roof. But the next car was indeed one of my dream cars ever since I started this YouTube journey, because as you saw, I had a 99 GT, and that is going to be the 2004 Terminator Cobra. And this one just so happened to be absolutely elite. It had 22,000 original miles. It was cammed. It had a Whipple supercharger on there, and it was making 615 wheel horsepower. And not even going to lie, the car was very, very clean, super nice. And, you know, it is one of those relic cars. They were produced in 2003, 2004. It was 2022, 2021 when I owned the car. And, you know, they're still just as relevant today, if not more relevant than they were in 2004. So the car, super cool. I was just so happy I was able to own one. At this point in time in my life, I was actually looking for a vehicle that I could do a lot more traveling in, because we had just finished our first East Coast Mustang tour, and it was a huge success. And what a lot of people don't know is this Terminator Cobra purchase happened within 48 hours. And it was kind of a very, very bizarre situation, because I was just on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and I checked one last local area on Craigslist, and this car popped up. And when this car popped up, I still owned Blue 2 valve and my black 1988 Fox body. So when I saw this car, I went to look at it, and I was just, you know, full send at that point. Within 24 hours, I sold Blue 2 valve, I sold the Fox body, and then about 12 hours later, I went and purchased this thing. So it was super spontaneous, not much thought put into it. And, you know, that's kind of how I roll. I just do what I want when I want, and I figure it out. And that's exactly how this car came about. By far, one of the most iconic / coolest cars I've ever owned. I will own another one day when I'm, you know, looking for that perfect weekend cruiser. I definitely would love to have a Sonic Blue Cobra at some point in time. Not anytime soon, though. I got a lot of goals I want to reach. I'm never settling for something, and I'm always trying to, you know, climb that ladder to the next and best, bigger thing. So one day, you know, money won't be an issue, and who knows, I might buy a couple of them and, you know, maybe do a demolition derby with them to really ruffle some feathers. But after the purchase of the Terminator Cobra, I enjoyed it for about 3 months, did some slight modifications to it, and that's kind of when I sat down and realized this wasn't going to be the car that I needed at 27 years old, with trying to do more and more and more with the Mustang community and doing a lot of traveling and hitting some drag strips with traveling. Just not the car for it, not super reliable, and within the first week of owning it, actually, the power steering rack went out. So that goes to show you that would really suck being, you know, 10, 12 hours from home. If you haven't figured it out by now, you can more than likely tell that I'm a person that loves to experience different things and take risks. And, you know, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't be watching this video right now, because my life has been nothing but different experiences and taking risks to get where I'm at today. And that's kind of why getting rid of the Terminator Cobra didn't really bother me like it bothered a lot of people. Because when it comes to vehicles, that whole sentimental value type thing doesn't really exist with me anymore, because at the end of the day, it's just metal. It's, you know, it's a vehicle. To some, yeah, it might be a little more special to, you know, than others, but to me, I got to experience it. That's kind of what I wanted, and I just know it wasn't what's going to help me get to that next level. And that's kind of why I sold it. And, you know, with selling it, I did make $8,000 profit. So that was definitely nice. And, you know, I got the S550 I've always wanted. And that's going to be my 2020 Performance Pack Mustang GT. Shabam! Here we are rolling up to a Ford dealership that was about an hour and 15 minutes from my house. And we're rolling up in style here, all right? C7 Corvette. How fitting. But this scenario is just like the Cobra scenario. It was off a whim. I did not show up to this dealership looking to buy the vehicle. It just so happened to work out that way. But yeah, this is a 2020 Mustang GT Performance Pack 401A. Absolutely loaded to the gill. Digital dash, security package, smart package. And did I mention Performance Pack? That was like a huge thing that I wanted. I didn't want the base. So to find this car with super low miles and in black, I couldn't for the life of me. This one just randomly popped up out of nowhere, and I was like, damn, this is really close. We got to go look at it today. Long story short, Jordan, get in the damn car. We're rolling up to this Ford. We're going to take a look at this bad boy. And as you can see, super clean car. The thing's practically brand new. It was luckily already lowered on iBox Sportline springs, so that's like a huge plus. And when I actually contacted the dealership, they sent me a video of a startup, and it was extremely loud. So right off rip, I was like, this thing might have long tube headers. I got super hype, and that's what I was looking for right here when I popped the hood. Because with long tubes, you can kind of see. And I looked down there, and I noticed they were the shorty manifolds. So I was a little bummed about that. It just, somebody chopped the cats off, but whatever. Anyway, the interior is exactly what I wanted. You can see it's just super comfortable. The 10-speed auto, I have Lucifer. That's my MT82 car. Digital dash, big screen. I can't complain whatsoever when it comes to the interiors on these cars. They have seriously made some big strides. Designing these and making them more of a luxurious feel. And, to a lot of people, that's not really how a Mustang should feel. And I was one of those people, believe it or not. I never really cared for the Gen 2, Gen 3 Coyotes, but again, I'm going to sound like a broken record if I didn't have my Gen 1, which I classify as my raw Mustang. It's supercharged. It has the solid rear axle. It just gets down, and it's a little raw feeling compared to the S550. Then I probably wouldn't have bought this car. And if I did buy an S550, it probably would have been a GT350 just to retain the manual aspect. Because in my opinion, you have to have a manual car, and that's kind of why I gave myself a little leeway to go and buy a 10-speed. But everything checked out clearly because I now own the car, and the whole plan of just going to look at it quickly turned into me putting a deposit down, signing some paperwork, and getting that beautiful 39% APR, which, it's no big deal around these parts of town. My payment's about $1,400 a month on the car, and I think about $700 goes to interest each month. So I'm barely making it, living off ramen and stuff. So if you guys would, you could donate to my GoFundMe. That'd be very great. But here I am checking, acting like I know what I'm looking at. And yeah, that reminds me, poor salesman, if she saw this video and read the comments, you guys are absolute dogs. This video got 300,000 views. And let me tell you, you guys, we need to get some of you guys on dating apps. Here I am in the office, the financial office, the scariest part. I'm currently checking my bank account to see if my paycheck from Chuck E. Cheese went through. It didn't, so Jordan had to spot me a few bucks just to get a deposit down. So that's how we landed on the 39% APR, which I was pretty stoked with because the first car, it was 42% APR, and my payments were like $1,600. So I knew I could swing the $1,400 payments each month, which I'm very proud of. And so look at me. I'm big pimp walking right now. I'm like, these Terminator Cobra owners ain't got shit on me. I'm already brewing up a storm in my own head, and I'm just like, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it done. And that's all I keep saying. Like, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it indeed. Here she is, straight out of detail. Pretty sure they, scrubbed it with 200 grit. Kind of looked like doo-doo, but hey, we had to roll with the punches because I'm already locked into this car payment. And I let Jordan drive. I didn't want to drive the car because I was actually sick to my stomach, believe it or not. I still couldn't get over the fact that I had bought a car and I wasn't really expecting to. That's kind of a weird feeling, not going to lie. Oh, and there's the C7. Slight little flex, no worries. Let me get those headlights bobbing, weaving. But we're going to take the drive home from here, and we have a little surprise coming up for you right now because Jordan had to break in the car properly.
Cruising down the street in my 5.0, jocking the bitches, slapping the hoes.
Yeah, that was shortly lived because little did I know, Jordan had about 4.6 grams of methamphetamine in the trunk, and he was speeding. So that was the last time I actually saw Jordan, which is kind of sad now that I'm looking back on this video. Because I haven't Haven't reached out to see if he posted bail yet. This was a little over a year ago, though, so I'm sure he's fine. But, yeah, I had to pull over, and I was in disbelief. And then he called me and let me know that he's going to jail. After AAA dropped off the car, I was once again reunited with Lucifer. And, man, this was such a cool feeling seeing one 10R80 Coyote and one MT82 Coyote, Gen 1, Gen 3. And, honestly, the Coyote platform, it's the best out there. Numbers prove it. The power they can handle proves it. And how reliable they truthfully are. Like, I'm hype as fuck! So there you have it, guys. When it comes to the 7 Mustangs I've owned over the last 7 years, that is going to be a grand total of $137,000 worth of Mustangs. Now, granted, the black car, like I said, is on a loan with a 45% APR. So I don't know if that really counts, but you can kind of deduct the $45,000 that I owe on that. But every other car is paid off. I know a lot of people out here try to pocket watch and claim that I'm doing some reckless shit with my money, but no, we're good. And we're happy. We're stoked. I'm ready to see what this car can do now that it's full bolt-on. E85, springtime's right around the corner. We're definitely going to have some track days. Lucifer's brand new Paxton setup is fully installed, and that car is going to be fired up here very shortly. So if you are new to the channel and this is your first time tapping in, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button, click the bell notification icon, and if you could do me the biggest favor ever, if you would, please help us by reaching our like goal of 1,500 likes. If you're feeling like absolute savages, you can aim for 2,000. Hit the subscribe button, please, with the bell notification icon. I am so excited to see that 200,000 subscriber mark, and we are less than 3,000 subs away. So drop that like for me, hit that subscribe button with the bell notification icon, and guys, if you want more videos like this, I can make it happen. Just drop a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed it. It's something different. I feel like it's fresh. And we can just keep on going with this, man. So let's get it cracking, lacking. Ain't going to do nothing but keep on stacking. Boys, I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support. Go watch all the videos that we recently posted last week and the week before. Some good stuff out there. And I will catch you hopefully Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for another video. Y'all stay blessed. Keep grinding. Work hard. Don't be a Cobra.